why everything is changing. So you and I must consider that we're living in very, very changing times. And what might be true today may not be true tomorrow. And I pray that you and I will listen, hear, and understand, and understand, and understand.
Generation change. When I was growing up back in Compton, we had what we call faster generations, and you might call it generation. So in our neighborhood, every 4 years there was another generation, meaning another crop of trouble coming, another crop of young brothers coming up. So when I was 16, some of the youngins I took care of were like 12 and 8. And when their time came, which is when they turned like 16, then we understood that they were kind of coming of age. Now, for most of you cats, you guys didn't consider 16 to be a coming of age moment, but the way we grew up, 16 was we can make our own money, kind of our own man. You had to respect us as such because we were willing to fight grown men over it. In other words, you have to give some leeway to the new generation that was coming up. Now, in the greater white world, when they talk about it, they call you millennials and all kind of dumb shit that they love to Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation who gives a fuck. They love to bring this up and say, oh, this next crop is coming up. Really, they're just talking about the next crop of workers. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when is your generation going to graduate from college? When is your generation going to need to be burdened with a lot of debt? When is your generation going to need, cars and mortgages and shit? Now, don't get it twisted. I look at the same trends as they do, because I always say the recession has been going on for so long, and the only thing that's going to replace it is a whole bunch of young motherfuckers that y'all listen to me, and y'all going to start buying houses for no fucking reason, and then you're going to be in debt, and that's going to be the end of the recession. So when they talk about all this millennial shit and all this other shit that they're just trying to find a way to capture your motherfucking money. Now, what I bring this up for is not just to make you aware of that. Generation change for me is when systems that used to be have died. Systems and old ways of life. Now, the easiest way for you to understand in your lifetime is that you went from pretty much a CD player to a MP3, and now we're at streaming music, right? So it's almost like you don't need shit. We went from a hard drive to discs and all this shit and videotape and all kind of shit. Now it's the cloud. So this change in the same motherfucking format has happened. And what you have to realize as a hustler is getting into this chip game is that sometimes you need to be ahead of this change. Now, for me, I always pay attention to a lot of what I consider to be regulatory trends. Okay? I mean, when the government allowed shit to happen that they didn't happen. So if we were back in the 20s or whatever, prohibition, it's like, well, they're about to let alcohol be free, right? And they're not going to prosecute it for it. So any motherfucker that sells alcohol-related items is probably going to come up, because it's just a matter of time before alcohol is everywhere. People need a beer mug. People need beer. People need this for beer. They need a tap. So if with marijuana coming on the scene, my brain is saying, hey, marijuana's coming. One by one state at a time, marijuana's coming. So I realized the change in a generation. When I was growing up, still to this day, you have people saying, oh, it's kind of a stigma, like you a weed head and all that. In your generation, young homie, it's going to be very motherfucking normal, because they're about to normalize the shit. That means there's a generation change coming. Now, with the internet and everything else that's coming online, there's a lot of changes that are going on. A lot of you cats have apps and you have all kind of things, and you're still getting caught up in producing what I consider to be mediocre websites and shit that is not embracing the media, the new medium, the change of this generation. Since everybody got a motherfucking phone and y'all like playing on a fucking phone and communicating on the fucking phone and everything, then you need to think about what you're going to put on the phone. So let me give you an example. A long time ago, not even long ago, still to this day, you'll hear people say, when you have a product, Freeman, you might need distribution. Distribution might mean, hey, we need to put our shit in every Walmart. We need to put our shit in every 7-Eleven. We need to put our shit in every Kroger, Food Lion, fucking gas station. We need to put our shit everywhere. Now, the problem with that as a young black man is that you have other people who are gatekeepers who are going to take a generous cut of your chips so they can put their shit in their store. And you felt blessed, like when you watch Shark Tank and motherfuckers say, we're now in 400 stores, we're now in Whole Foods, we're now. But that day is coming to a motherfucking end, partner, right now. The fact that most of you young cats have apps and all kind of shit on your phone, that means you don't give a fuck about these things no more. You don't give a fuck about going to Best Buy to pick up a TV. You don't give a fuck. You don't need it no more. So all the future will hold, and you need to listen to me and pull your ear on this shit. The future is going to be a whole bunch of showrooms where motherfuckers walk in and see what they want, and then they're going to walk out and say, okay, let me order that. Or you're going to order it online, and then you're going to go pick it up at the store. Right? That's the future. That's a generation to change. So the biggest thing that I had to learn to embrace is since I'm not part of your generation, I'm older, is actually taking game a lot from my nephew and listening to my nephew as he goes through it. And they say, oh, you know, don't do that. I'm like, why? What's up? Don't do that because people ain't doing that no more. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? He ahead of it. He living it. I'm watching it. So to me, it's an opportunity to capitalize, right? He sees he's part of the generation of what's coming. I can actually build the machine to receive it. You see what I'm saying? So when a generation comes along and changes things, and the whole apparatus surrounding it, it's a big opportunity for those of us who hustle. For those of us who have enough guts and balls to get out here and fucking create it. I was walking, where was I? I was hiking someplace. And this girl came up, black girl, of course. And she has one of those little selfie sticks. And so all the people hiking are like, where did you get that from? And she's doing a little documentary of her climbing with a selfie stick. So I'm not one to ask, I'm one to listen. So she explains to me and my boyfriend have started this company. And we sell these selfie sticks where you can put your camera on or your phone on the end and you can walk up and you can keep track and you can talk. And I'm sitting there thinking, she's a fucking genius. Her and her boyfriend, right? I'm glad that they black because I'm glad to promote it. I think it was called Selfie Stick or something like that. But you know what I mean? She was out there embracing the change. That a lot of people want to walk around taking pictures of their motherfucking face and putting it up. I mean, it's amazing to me. I still think it's crazy, but hey, if that's what my nephew and them love, then let them put their faces all over the damn place. I'm over here. I'm eating tacos. Go ahead. So I'm just looking at the change because I peep game from whomever got enough guts and balls to go out here and do it. So the next big thing I want to talk to you about is still in the generation change. See, right now, as you watch all these black brothers getting killed and everything, you're seeing another generation change. You're seeing the rise of pretty much, I want to say, my kind of thinking, right? And say, I don't give a fuck about no civil rights, and I don't give a fuck about trying to be next to people and trying to be peaceful. Motherfuckers trying to kill us. Can we stop playing this motherfucking game? If it won't be fair, then let's just not be fair back. I love this change. I love this vengeance, this vendetta. I love the fact that it's showing up and people are saying, sit your old ass down. Because I'm tired of marching. Motherfuckers don't see no results from it. Fuck a march. Right? So that's another big generation change that you're living in right now. As the media and everyone doesn't know who the fuck to talk to. Who's this generation's black leaders? None of you motherfuckers. I don't need them. We don't have a Jesse Jackson, Louis Farrakhan. We don't have a Al Sharpton. We don't have any of them people in front of us. We don't want to. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a select group of people who have been raised, still on the tit of their mother. And sticking their hand in the back pocket of their father, meaning that they have not thought for themselves of what they want. They still will reinforce, you should come on down to the meeting and we're going to stage a rally and we're going to... For what? Don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of them motherfuckers around that are going to march down the streets and cause a spectacle, but it ain't going to cause no money issues, but cause a spectacle. See, I'll give you a good example because I used it on the Facebook when we were talking about the shit that was popping off in Baltimore. A lot of people don't understand that what happens in a riot is that you disrupt the city. You disrupt city services. You fuck up the name. So when Baltimore is known for black people rioting, what business would want to move in there? Right? What kind of trade show and shit would want to come to Baltimore if that shit could pop off? Right? Well, it's unsafe, right? So that's a money tactic, but all your life you've been hearing, don't destroy your neighborhood and don't do this and you're just stupid. Fuck them old motherfuckers. This time, I'm telling you, it's a tactic. It's no different than any other form of tactic in a war. When you watch other countries go overseas and set shit up, what do? They create a rival faction. They cause some disruption. They might blow up some shit. They make the people feel it's unsafe, right? For their kids to go to school. Isn't that the same thing? Why is it that when we do it, it's fucking stupid, but if you see it on any other country in this world, they do this shit to cause problems, to disrupt the status quo, because this is a money machine we're fucking up here. We're fucking up their money. So I want you to know that this is also a generation change where we don't have these kind of, and I'm not going to call them any names, man, because everybody's time in this sun come to an end. Homie, my time in the sun will come to an end. My way of going about this game will come to an end too. And there will be someone else who steps into the place, and they probably won't be respectful to me because I ain't respectful to the motherfuckers that came before me either. And they will give you game in a new lane, a new angle, in a new way. And I understand that, and I accept that, and I submit to that inevitability. Not probability, inevitability. Until black people get something of our own, there will always be someone like me. Until things are fair or we have created something of our own, there will always be me. You understand what I'm saying? If you destroy a person, destroy a people, a person like Hitler will rise. It does not matter. It's just a matter of creating that, not fully accepting people and letting things be fair. Since things are unfair, the fair will come out of the unfair. Someone will try to make it fair. And here I am today giving you ways of making money, so we don't even have to go and get a job from the devil if we don't want to. We don't have to be under these devils if we don't want to. Well, everybody else is telling you, you should go into STEM, science, technology, engineering and math. Man, fuck it, go into hustle, homie. Make money. I don't give a fuck. You don't need to get a job. You don't have to dress up. Make money. We should go into HUSTLE, homie. I'm gonna break that out for motherfuckers. But it's a generation of change, man. Of money, of means, of everything. Of ways of going about conflict is changing. And as a hustler, you should be on top of it, right? No one has thought of a program that says organize a march.com, right? And give people the tools. Here's how you make your posters. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. Here's some of the tactics we learned from other people, right? Now, of course, someone's going to say organize a riot. And that's going to get you thrown in jail because the feds are looking, homie. They looking at me and they listening right now. Shit, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. When I see these opportunities, I think, well, you know what? We could have gave motherfuckers hand paddles and all kind of shit. We could have sent you the whole box. We could pre-print them through Vistaprint and having Vistaprint send shit out to Milwaukee on a motherfucker to boycott something else. Boycott.com, motherfucker. What do you need? What is your cause? Let's boycott it together. $59.99 for the basic boycott package. You know what I'm saying? In the hustle, in the change of generation lies a lot of money. Big companies will crumble, as my boy Nipsey said on one of his songs. Things that used to be are not going to be. You know what I mean? And you have an opportunity to capitalize on it. Right? You're not thinking about it. You're just saying, ooh, that's fun. I get to do this on the phone. Ooh, I get to teleconference on the phone. Ooh, I get to, I got this app on the phone. I got a food app. Why there is no African American app telling you where the black food places are? Right? There's all kind of things that affect our group, our people. And we have the means now, the internet and then these apps, to put out something that will be tailored towards us. It's no different. And I want y'all to know, for all y'all motherfuckers who always try to make everything fair, but I want to be American, but just tell the African Americans, motherfucker, when the Chinese people fucking make ramen noodles, homie, they still selling to every American, but they were made for their own people, right? So I don't want you to get it all mixed up, because y'all motherfuckers be tap dancing on that line. I want to be black, but I don't want to be black enough to fuck with people. I'm going to give you something. I'm going to let you make money on both sides of the coin, homie. You got to know that hip-hop is black music, blues is black music, rock and roll is black music. And it crosses over all the time. They love to see what we doing. Why don't we capitalize on it? So every generation is a new generation to change, and it's a chance to generate some change for your fucking pocket, homie. You know what I'm saying? If you're on top of it. But I wanted to get through your head, pay attention to the way things are going down. It's a way to capitalize and jump in on these games. They can't have our voice. They will never be us. When I was telling you about that distribution angle where everybody getting distribution, what the fuck I need distribution for now when I can put up a website and I can get you to pay through PayPal? Why do I, like the record company, what the fuck do I need them for? I can push out my own shit on iTunes, can I? And copyright it and do my own shit and get all my money. I need them to do marketing, but since they want to take a 360 deal up your asshole, nah, man. I can hire a marketing company. I've been telling y'all for some years that is what the black businesses need, a black marketing company to take small ideas and have it set up that we're going to get you out to this many people. They need you to jump on Facebook and generate something. They need you to know how to use this shit. You know what I mean? Manipulate social media and to contact black people all over the world so that we can buy these black products. That is a big void that I've been trying to push down a lot of you cats' throats for years, to jump in the middle of that shit. Whether it be records, whether it be food, whether it be, you know what I mean? Anything that black people create. We got a ton of black people from the D all the way to the A, all the way back to CA, homie, and everybody eat basically the same things. Right? So what works for a black man in Flint, Michigan will work for a black man in Houston, Texas. You understand what I'm saying? These things are needed. And there's a lot of products in our neighborhood that we can, give to ourselves, supply to ourselves. We don't, and I gave you the Alibaba hookup, man. You don't even need to beg motherfuckers to put you on and shit. You don't need to write a business plan or none of that other shit. You don't need to network, shake hands, break bread with the devil. You don't have to do any of that shit no more. I'm loving it. If you ever want to know what I'm doing, I'm adjusting to that shit 100%. Total submission to the new way of going about life. And I'm raking money in off this shit. And I will establish an empire off this shit because I'm not playing around with it. When a generation changes and new things come about, embrace them, get ahead of them. You can capitalize on them, you can make money off of them. You understand what I'm saying? When you sit back and say, and act like a goddamn consumer, you sitting there saying, I got this new app and all this shit and you happy about it. It's like waiting outside of one of them goddamn Nike stores for Jordan 1988s and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupidity. You're a fucking customer. You understand what I'm saying? It's just stupidity. On this channel, what we bring to the Rise and Grind is ingenuity, innovation, and a lot of motherfucking money, partner. You know what I'm saying? Use your God-given gifts of knowing that it looks like clouds, so you sell raincoats and umbrellas. Use your God-given talent that it's getting warm now. Motherfuckers might want shorts or a glass of water or a bottle of water. I'm doing the same thing, brother. I'm forecasting what's coming, getting myself way out ahead of it and saying to myself, I might have to go through 1 year of slumping. 1 year where motherfuckers say that wasn't a good idea, huh, Freeman? To the second year when it blow up. I can see the change coming, and I'm here to generate some change from my pocket. The world has become more equal for us. And when I say us, I mean black. And I particularly like to include the downtrodden or those who think you have been somehow excluded from actually being rich by being next to these bitches. You don't have to be next to them. There's money to get, and there's no qualifications. There's no license for this shit, young homie. There's nothing they're teaching in school about hustle, partner. It ain't there. It's in here. It's out in your, it's in your head. It's in your ability to walk outside and feel the rain and say, damn, it's a warm rain. Maybe I should make a lighter raincoat, kind of like a plastic windbreaker, and hand them motherfuckers out in Miami. Because it rained out in that motherfucker for no reason. You know what I'm saying? There's tropical places that have rain. Maybe you should give out a tropical emergency, you know what I'm saying, raincoat, slicker. You know what I'm saying? Fold it up, put that shit in the bag, so you always ready to go. Just in case you get caught out there. Think. We're in the midst of something big. I'm trying to capitalize on it. When you hear me say I'm not gonna be in town, I'm traveling, I'm doing this, I'm trying to put myself in position. I'm trying to generate enough cash to, you know what I'm saying, to get up on them real quick and make a lot of money real quick. The game has changed. A generation has come. Technology has made things better. Don't wait. Don't sit here doing old shit, worrying about how you're gonna get your shit in the fucking 7-Eleven. Fuck 7-Eleven. Fuck the motherfuckers who run it. You can do your own advertising on a block and get everybody to buy online. Motherfuckers got apps on their phone to order shit now. The fuck? PayPal's on the phone, homie. The fuck we need to get them? We get all the money. All of it. God in the flesh. I planted the seed. I cultivated the land. I'm the one who took the shit to market. I'm everything. I'm from A to Z on this bitch. I'm all things, and I want all my motherfucking money. So pay attention to the generation change. Next time, partner.